Okay, here are the solutions to the homework assignments for homework number 1 from Course 2, Class 1. This problem says lines L and M are parallel. The equation of line L is y equals 5x plus 1, and the equation of line M is y equals 2kx minus 1/3. So in these equations, they're written in the slope-intercept form. The slope of the first line is 5, and the slope of the second line is 2k. Now the lines are parallel to each other, so the slopes have to be equal. So we set up a simple equation where 2k equals 5, and divide both sides by 2. Cancel out here, leaving you with k equals 5/2. Correct answer is D. Question 2 asks, what is the slope for a line parallel to the line that has the equation y equals x plus 3 in the standard xy coordinate plane? This is a distraction right here in the standard xy coordinate plane. That doesn't really matter. If the line is parallel to this line, then they have to have the same slope. In this case, there's nothing in front of the x for the slope, so the slope is 1. All right, whenever you see nothing preceding a variable, you know that there's a invisible 1 sitting there, so the correct answer is G. Question 3 asks, what values of x are the solutions to x squared minus 9x equals 20? Sorry, that's x squared minus 9x equals negative 20. In order to find this, you're going to factor this polynomial. To make it a polynomial, you've got to add 20 to both sides. Get everything on one side, so we get x squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0. And now we're going to find how to factor this. Well, we know this is going to equal x times x is x squared. Two numbers, when multiplied together, give you 20, but when combined, you give you a negative 9. That'd be a negative 5 and a negative 4. So these two multiplied together are going to give you a positive 20, but when they're multiplied, the terms here, you're going to get a negative 4x and a negative 5x, which gives you that negative 9x. Now you set both of these equal to 0. X minus 4 equals 0, or x equals 4. And then x minus 5 equals 0, or x equals 5. So the correct solution is 4 and 5A. Question 4 asks, what is the slope of a line that passes through the points 4, 5 and negative 2, negative 7? Remember that slope equals change in y over change in x. In this case, we do not have the slope. This is what we're trying to solve for, but we have everything else. We have y sub 2 is negative 7 minus y sub 1, which is 5, over x sub 2, which is negative 2, minus x sub 1, which is 4. Combining the like terms, we get negative 12 over negative 6. Simplifying that, we get the slope equals 2, because the negatives cancel each other out. Correct answer is K. In question 5, you're going to have to do a little bit of thinking before you can solve. Here you have, if the line with the equation y equals ax plus b is perpendicular to the line with the equation y equals cx plus b, so ax plus b and cx plus b, they're perpendicular, so that means, and it says also that a is less than 0. So we know that a is a negative number because a is less than 0. So a is a negative number. which of the following must be true about C? If A is a negative number, and we know that perpendicular means the slopes have to be opposite each other, then C has to be a positive number. So C has to be greater than 0. Correct answer is C. Question 6 says the figure below most closely represents the graph of which of the following equations? We're seeing this parabola here, so it looks like an x squared function, but it doesn't cross the line at 0, so it's not a plain x squared. It's actually x squared plus 1 because the bottom of the parabola hits at number 1. So the correct answer is G. Question 7 asks which of the following expressions is the factored form of x squared plus 2x minus 63. So you got to factor this out to see which one you get. Obviously we know that this is going to be, the first terms are going to be x in both of them. Now you're looking at two numbers when multiplied together give you negative 63, but when added together give you positive 2. Well, I know if I multiply them together, 9 times 7 is 63, but I need to end up with a positive 2, which means I need to have the positive 9 and the negative 7. So x minus 7 times x plus 9. The correct answer is E. Question 8 asks what is the y-intercept of the graph of the line with the equation negative 2x plus 3y equals 6. In order to find the y-intercept, we have to put it in slope-intercept form of y equals mx plus b, which means we need to keep the y here on this side, move the 2x to the other side by adding 2x to both sides. We get 3y equals 2x plus 6. But we need to find out what y is, so we need to divide both sides by 3. We get y equals 2/3 x plus 6 over 3 is 2. The y-intercept is this right here. That's our b term. It's 2. Correct answer is H. Question 9 asks which of the following is the graph of the linear function x equals 2x minus 1. We know the slope is 2, and we know it crosses the y-intercept at negative 1. So if it's a positive slope, it can't be going downhill, so that takes care of B and E. It's got to cross at negative 1, so this one C crosses at 0, so that's out. And D crosses at positive 1, so 2x minus 1, the correct answer is A. This final problem's got a little typo here. It's really asking you which of the following points lies on the line x minus 2y equals 7. So really, what are the values of x and y in the options here that will give you an answer of 7? For example, if we were to look at option F, we would have x is 11 minus 2 times 4. Does that equal 7? Well, 2 times 4 is 8. 11 minus 8 is not 7. So what about G? 2 times, so again 11, and 2 times 2 is 4. 11 minus 4. So let's try that quickly here. We get, put in the 11 for the x minus 2 times the 2 for the y equals 7. 11 minus 4 indeed does equal 7, so the correct answer is G. All right. Way to go. You finished the assignment.